Good morning everyone, welcome and welcome to Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. So we're going to learn to play the classic Pink Floyd track, and it is Dave Gilmour's 75th birthday today, so what a great way to celebrate than learn one of his classic tunes. And like we normally do, I've broken it down beginner, intermediate and advanced, and then at the end we're going to break down basically his solo as well, look at the scales he uses, look at the techniques, and then if we have time kind of work through the solo. So should we dive in? And we're going to get started straight away with the beginner version. And if you look at the chords, nice and simple, 4 chords. For most students looking around, I think everyone does know these. So D minor, our G, C, F. Feel free to obviously use harder versions. You can use bar chords if you know your bar chords. So we can build this into more of an advanced version. So they're the chords we need. D minor, F might be the only 2 there, which may be a bit tricky. If you're a low-level student, we would have done a 1-finger G, so 3rd fret on the E string. We would have done a 1-finger C, 1st fret on the B string. And with the F, we can play the F just with 3 fingers and mute out the top E. So we can mute that top E string. And just play 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B. So that's an easier way of playing F. Just take out that top E string, mute it out, underneath your 1st finger, just touch that top E string. That's an easy way of playing the F. And D minor, if you've not seen that one before, that can be a little bit fiddly. Similar to C in regard to your fingers are in the same frets, just got to drop everything down a string, and 3rd finger goes on the B3. So there are chords. Not too mean, and we have got a bit of time. The song's not super quick, 104 beats per minute, so we've got a little bit of time to change. And we actually start with this little riff, 0, 2, 3 on the D string. So 0, 2, 3 on the D string. So we're going 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2. So there's our riff, all on the D string. Yeah, and then we play our D minor chord. So 0, 2, 3, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and D minor, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, D minor, 2, 3, 4. I'm just looping around that top line. Second line is pretty much the same. The only thing, if you look closely, is the second bar of the riff has changed rhythm. So now it's 1, 2, and the notes are the same, just the rhythms change. There's a bit of a longer gap between the 0 and the 2. There's a 1 beat rather than half a beat. And then we stop on the D3. We don't go back to the D2. So it's 1 and 2 and... Oh, let me play it right. 1, 2 and... So there's a second bar on that second line. So whole of the second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3. 4, D minor. 2, 3, 4. So that's the main part of the song. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and D minor. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. D minor. 2, 3, 4. You'll notice then we hit repeat. We're back to the start, the very first line again, and we loop. D minor. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time though, the second time through, we do not play in bracket 1, we play in bracket 2. So we're replacing these D minor chords with the G chord. And we do 4 bars of G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Teacher, leave those kids alone. So that's that section. And then we go on to the last line. D minor again for 2 bars. F. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. And that's probably the hardest chord section because we're changing every bar. So we've got the F chord for a whole beat or a whole bar, then C, 4 beats, and then the D minor. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. F. 2, 3, 4. C. 2, 3, 4. D minor. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that might take a little bit of looping, especially if you've not gone over the F or D minor very much. That might just be one just to get your fingers used to. Just stick on that for the next few minutes, try and get those changes. For those, say, high level students, we could bring in a bit more strumming, which we are going to look at in more detail in the next couple of versions. And the only other thing to really discuss, looking at the structure, we've talked about the first and second time bracket. So first time through, we play in bracket 1, hit the repeat, back to the start. We play through a second time, we then jump to the second bracket, and brings us into these last couple of lines. We then have the repeat here, so we're doing the F, C, D minor, repeat back, F, C, D minor, and then da capo at the top here comes into play. That means repeat from the start. So once we get to the end, we're going back to the very top and just playing through again, as written. So we're just playing that page twice through. That's the song. So when you break it down like that, it doesn't look too mean, does it? Just 4 chords, a little riff, and that's it. Simple. We can play the whole song just like that. The only thing I haven't notated here is the solo at the end, the chords that back it, because we can just play a D minor all the way through. It does change a little bit, some of the harmony, but D minor will work all the way through. So rather than complicate things, I thought just to keep it nice and easy, just D minor all the way. For more advanced students, we're going to do the solo anyway. For low level students, D minor will work fine, because about 2 minutes at the end we're just going to keep vamping the D minor chord. Okay, so there is our beginner version. Let's try and work through it now and piece it all together. So we're going to start at the very top with the riff. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, and again. Back to riff. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, and that change of rhythm. 2 more D minors. We're going to go back to the start again, hitting the repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2 second riff now. Remember, it changes the rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2 and G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and again. F. 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's just a D minor, 2 bars, 2, 3, 4, 1, back to F, here we go, then to the C, and then D minor, and then he leaves that D minor, does a quick strum, and then you got your 2 bars, sorry, then back to top, bam, 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 bam. Back to the start again, dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Then second line, 1, 2 and 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, hit repeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and D minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, second line, change rhythm, G chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, D minor last line, 3, 4, 1, 2, to the F, oh no, it's just a C, and then D minor, and we're going to loop it, F, 2, 3, 4, then to the C, then D minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and that's where the solo starts. And then behind the solo, as I say, just D minor chord all the way through. That'll work lovely. So you can see, beginner version, not too mean. Just maybe the last line of the F and C again, if you're not happy with that. Just be aware of all the repeats. I've tried to condense this just to 4 lines, but it does mean we've got to keep our eye out for, yes, the repeats. Right, should we try it? Try it to the music. And what I'll do, I'll just knock it down a little bit in speed. It's not super fast, but just so we don't feel...